All right, so I wanted to tap in with my lone wolves, those of you who are in isolation season, those who a lot of people have fell off on you. You kind of rocking solo right now. It's just you. Maybe it's just you and your children. You probably don't have any friends right now. If you do, they're very, far and few in between. You pretty much just kind of, you're on an island right now. The holidays are coming up, and if you're not careful, people of God, you could fall into some terrible times right now, okay? You're actually a little vulnerable if you're not prayed up. You're actually a little vulnerable if you haven't grown to appreciate the solitude and the quietude of being solo right now. If you haven't started, really just reaping the benefits of isolation, which is focus, opportunity, achievement, accomplishment, spiritual growth, spiritual acceleration, promotion. Those are the blessings of isolation that a lot of people don't mention. And if you're not tapped into those, if your perception is a little off, okay, which I've struggled with that a lot, which that's a current prayer point of mine now, is God, just, help me, Lord, see things, in the right perspective, in a godly perspective, in a righteous fashion. Because if you see your season of isolation negatively, you're very vulnerable to toxic relationships, fake friends, and counterfeits, okay? You're in a season where everybody is hanging out, enjoying each other, gift giving, festivities, good meals, family time. And maybe, God has revealed to you that you need to, come out from amongst them. And so don't go back just because you're lonely. Don't settle because you're lonely, people of God. Don't go back into what God brought you out of. The Bible says don't go back into the bondage you've been set free from. Don't get back entangled into what God untangled you out of. That sin that so easily besets you, that relationship, them family members that don't care about you. I've been in a place, I'm going to be transparent, where it was times I was so lonely, I went back and hung out with old friends, and I knew that they meant me no good. And all they did was take stabs at me, and bleed me, and I walked away limping and happened to struggle with forgiveness because they didn't shot some shots and they're being indirect and shooting slugs. And, man, don't put yourself through that, you guys. Stand strong. This is seasonal, you guys. This is temporal. This is not forever. You are not going to be in isolation season forever. The quicker you get out of it has to do with the way that you deal with it, the way that you come through it, the way that you're able to abstain from giving over to distraction and toxic relationships. Stay focused.